Welcome everybody, I'm the Sorrow, back with week 8 of SPDA season 1 week 8. We're taking on Raxos in the final match of our regular season. So their win levels so far is 0-7. So I'd wish for it to stay that way, of course, because I of course want to win. Playoffs are probably guaranteed either way, so it doesn't really matter. However, we would like to finish off with a win, just keeping that momentum going into playoffs. Raxos and the Atlanta Dark Knight. We've got Darkrai, Volcarona, Hisuian Gudra, Cleavok, Gardevoir, Sandy Shocks, Alolan Muck, Galvantula, Mismagius, which can terrestrialize into Electric, Fairy, and Fire, and a Raichu that can terrestrialize into Water, Flying, and Grass. And the final Pokemon of theirs is a Komala. In terms of what we do want to bring, starting us off is Rillaboom with Grassclad, House Powered, Rain Push, and Swords Dance. So we're running setup this week because at +2, if we get rid of the Gudra and we get rid of the basically if we can get rid of the Gudra and if the Mismagius is not Terrafire, Grassy Glide will just do a lot of work. Also, of course, Volcarona needs to die. But if these things happen, this could just be our late game cleaner, so we gotta wait and see. Next up is our Incineroar, physically defensive this week. Terror type of Steel with knockoff Labis with a parting shot, so pretty standard overall. Just a really nice defensive piece into their team. Next up is Focus Sash Glimora, once again, just max speed, max special attack, rest to Spidef. The role mainly is Get Up Stealth Rock, and then Power Gem, Earth Power, and Mortal Spin are just our moves of choice. Next we have a competitive Melodic with leftovers, so should webs come, we switch into those. Competitive gives us a nice +2 to special attack. We've got Alluring Voice, Scald, Haze, and Recover, so no momentum on this week, but still, Alluring Voice is actually really good here, so we're definitely happy to have this here. So that's gonna be that. Coming up next is our Metagross with an Octoberry to take a fire hit from like a Volcarona, or like a Terrorblast Fire from Mismagius, or like a basically any fire move that could throw at us, and then retaliate with Earthquake, Stone, knock off. Second Stealth Rock, use it because rocks are really useful in this game. We want to keep those up for sure. So and then just max HP, Adamant Nature with max attack, and the rest into Spit. And last but not least, for the first time this season, off the bench, Choice Scarf, Frostless with Triple Axle, Poltergeist, Trick, and Destinymon. Mainly here is a spin blocker. Also, Scarf Axle is a pretty good move here. Basically our mission will be to basically try to just do some damage, trick something maybe, and if it seems to look dire, just get a Trick Destiny Bond off, just a Scarf Destiny Bond off, and take down whatever threatens us. That's gonna be the team. I shall get connected to Raxos, and I shall see all of you in the battle. And here we are, everybody, with week 8 of SPDA Luxury Ball with the battle against Raxos. And this is actually post-commentary, basically, because I had a phone call going on at the same time, so I've just played the game. Now we're recording it after, of course. That's that. Probably can crank up the sound like a tiny bit more so you can hear the background noise a bit better. I shall also throw away this WhatsApp there because that's annoying. Actually keep it open here. So we'll see what remains to be done here. As you can see, the Pokemon I've brought, so I'm gonna just pull this over here real quick and actually just mute that. Okay, cool. So I hope we're gonna get spare of background noise. As you can see, I'm leading off with my Choice Scarf Frostless here, basically to like catch a lead Galvantula to just threaten it immediately with triple Axel, which does at least 75% Galvantula can't OHKO me unless it's like Specs Thunder, I think. So that's good. Yeah, which is why we're gonna bring out the Frostlass right away. Yeah, there we are hopping into our battle there. Oops. Yep, as you can see, the leading Galvantula, I leading Frostlass. And yeah, turn 1, you will see, I will just click triple Axel, as I just said. No point in tricking this a Scarf. If they want to get webs, fine, so be it. I'm competitive melodic, so yeah, if you want to set webs and give me that boost, fine. I can also spin this away later with Glamora. Yeah, there is a sticky web as expected, right? And basically, my process is here, they might either save this and try to get this back up later, but on the off chance they're giving me this Galvantula right away, yeah, as you can see, I'm thinking, but then I'm thinking to myself, I also really don't want to switch into like a Thunder, so we're just clicking Axel again, hoping to hit, and who would have known? You're gonna see it come off right away, as my opponent was thinking there, of course. Yeah, so they actually were giving me the Galvantula. We get the 2 Axel, we knock it out. So Frostlass coming off the bench for the first time this season in the last week, picking up its first KO. They can't know I'm Scarf because Frostlass naturally outspeeds, right? So they can probably guess, let him something like Scarf Destiny Bond to like Revenge of Volcarona. So that's fair. However, yeah, again, fine with taking that trade. And yeah, they're just gonna go into their Alolan Muck here, which is annoying. So actually, I'm gonna switch out right away to my physically defensive Incineroar. I think was my play, or Glamora, one of the two. I think. Yeah, but I think yeah, I was thinking there, but I went with Incin there. Yeah, get it in. Yep, we just got it in there, right? So that's good. Yeah, they knock my boots, which is not really good, but also not the end of the world. I'm deciding here to just go for Parting Shot, right? Yeah, so we're just gonna go for Parting Shot here. There it goes. Like this is -2 now. So not the biggest threat in the world anymore. So yeah, there we have it. That's good. Gonna bring in my Glamora here now, I think. Because what Glamora allows me to do is set up Stealth Rock in their face. Because at -2, nothing this thing can go for really threatens me. The web I don't care about as much, right? So they Drain Punch me here for pretty pitiful damage, like that did 40. I get some layers of T-Spike, which is nice, of course. Yeah, and Glamora then just gonna proceed to set up Stealth Rock for me. Which, yeah, should help me out over the course of this battle, because they didn't bring removal, I think, if I saw correctly in the team preview, so these rocks are up to stay. Of course, Mach can absorb the T-Spikes again if it really wanted to. But yeah, there we go. Rocks go up here, which is nice. Yeah, and that they reveal Zen Headbutt, which is a really cool tech for Glamora. But with them at -2, we're pretty free to tank. Right now, I was contemplating switching right away. Then I figured to myself, because they have Zen Headbutt, they might try and hit me again. So I'm just gonna take the opportunity to spin this web away. Was my thought process there. Sadly, taking taking a bunch more damage on Glamora, but it's not much I can do about it. Yeah. So that's good. Stealth Rock are up, the web's gone, so we really don't care about Incindot having boots anymore, unless the Sandy Shocks wants to set up hazards against me, which it could, to be fair. Yeah, Zen Headbutt next Zen Headbutt comes out, Incin really doesn't care. Yeah, and right now, I think I just decided to knock here, realistically. Yep. They probably didn't want to take another Parting Shot, because then they're fully useless. Yeah, they sent out Hilda, which I think is the Sandy Shocks comes out. Doesn't take hazard, so it's boots, which we're gonna knock off right now. now my play become like now I'm predicting an Earth power, so I think I wanted to go Frostless on this realistically, because Earth power isn't the biggest danger in the world. Also contemplating staying in because I think my calcs tell me I could live one realistically from the range I am at, depending on their investment, like how offensive they are. Ultimately, I've decided to go. I think I've decided to go Frostless on this ultimately, which, yeah, as you will see shortly. Yep, there we go. Was not my best play. Because what happens right now is they just are gonna get a big hit off on me because they actually ran Power Gem. There we go. Yeah, almost one-shots me, so this means it's probably really offensive. However, with my Scarf, I'm outspeeding. And here I'm thinking to myself, you're probably not gonna sack this right away. So my play here should always be Trick. You can see me hovering it there. Also, I forgot to PowerPoint up my trick, which probably doesn't matter realistically, because I most likely will only use this once. Yeah. So, as you will see shortly, Trick will be coming out with the swiftness. Yeah, like I was debating there between Axel and Trick again, so ultimately, yeah, just going for the Trick there. Yeah, as expected, they switch. Right, yeah, back to Muck they go to absorb the T-spikes, which is a fair play. Yep, and we get our Trick off right now. Yep, there we go. There is the Trick. We get an AV, which I expected this to be. So yeah, got the Trick. Give this thing a Scarf, so whatever it uses first, it will lock into. I'm just clicking triple Axel there as a means of just getting more damage. Yep, there we go. Doing a lot of damage, and I think, and they made a read here actually with Drain Punch. I think, if I remember that correctly. Yep, they tried to Drain Punch me, which means they're locked into Drain Punch now. So basically, I'm free to just Axel again on whatever wants to come in, and get a lot of free damage basically. So we'll see what will be coming out right now. I think, if I remember this correctly, they were bringing out their Hisui and Gudra there on me. Let's see, they're switching. Yeah, Petra, I think, was the Gudra, right? Yeah, it's the Gudra. So Gudra comes out here, takes rocks, and now it takes an Axel, which, yeah, and it reveals Gooey. So no Sap Sipper, as I expected initially to deal with my Rillaboom's Grassy Glides. But then again, if you have a Sneasler, Webs, Gooey, just slowing Sneasler down is fair. So that makes sense. I'm deciding to just go Milo on this, because Melodic is pretty decent into everything this could ever go for. Yeah, bring in Melodic here. Yep, they Flamethrower, which probably does like which did nothing basically. We get some leftovers back, which we have on. Yeah, and this right here is a rather good matchup for me. At least I figured. And now, what happens here is I'm pretty free to just click Alluring Voice, I think. Scald's a bit of a throw, because even if I burn this, it's not as good. Also Alluring Voice into the Muck is still weaker than Scald, I just recall now, but still Alluring Voice, just in case they wanted to go Darkrai on me, right? Just they wanted to make a really strong read or something of me doubling or anything. But they just go Muck here. Alluring Voice comes out. Gets a crit, but crucially does not pick up the KO, so that crit did not matter at all, because Scald the turn after kills you anyways. However, because I've tricked this as Scarf, this actually will now be faster than I. And that's bad, because that means I will on a knockoff, I will lose my leftovers. He could get a poison touch on me, which will also be annoying. Which is why I'm contemplating switching right here. Which in hindsight I just should have. But hindsight is always strong because there was actually no reason for Milotic to take this much damage right now. Right, like 204, like I'm at half basically, losing lefties. Picking off the Muck with Scald though, so... But this time I thought this was an okay play, but with the power of hindsight, I should never have I should not have let Milotic taking that much damage, because Milotic is like my premier answer into like a Darkrai. Because if I try setting up, I can haze it down to basically limit its threat level by a quite big margin. So yeah, that's a bit of a misplay to losing my lefties here and let Milo take this much damage. Edelgard comes out, that's the Volcarona on my Melodic, and yeah, I see it taking rocks, which really, really wonders me. So I'm thinking this is probably Giga Drain here. However, I do not wish to give this thing a free Quiver Dance. Basically, I should have never been in this situation. Again, switching just going hard into Incin on the what I figured should be a last-ditch knockoff. Would have been my play because Muck was dead to rocks after anyway, so I could have just clicked knockoff again, pick up the KO on that. The turn after, just with some small damage to Incinerate, would have been totally fine. As you can see, after the Giga Drain recovery, Scald doesn't kill. And here basically I make a read. I'm just gonna Giga Drain again and go Incin now. Again, having Melodic this low is a pretty big throw here. Because now if my Rillaboom strat does not work in order to get rid of the Darkrai, I'm in trouble. Is basically what it is here. Yeah, they Giga Drain me there, which is totally fine because Incin doesn't care. Even if I'm a Fizdef Incin, this Volcarona doesn't do much to me. I've got a kill with knockoff right there if they stay in, which they probably will because this is again dead to rocks. They have Air Slash, put me at half, and we flinch, which is really unlucky. But in return we get a miss, so I guess that evens it out. Basically the same state we would have been in without the flinch there. Incin would have just been a lot lower, and we actually reveals Covert Cloak. So I think that's probably against like a Poison Touch Sneasler, or basically against a Dire Claw Sneasler rather, to just repel these kind of secondary effects. And at this point, yeah, I think I just let Incin go. Again, probably a misplay. I should have just sacked the Frostlass here, because Frostlass really isn't good anymore. So some slight misplays on my end in this game. I surely didn't play my best. Yeah, really not my best game there. I should have just sacked the Frostlass because Frostlass was useless at this point. With an Assault West and only Triple Axle Poltergeist, which isn't that great into what was remaining there. So, but here I go, Rillaboom. And what I thought to myself here, he probably will preserve this. Which then means I can get off NSD. And so you see me thinking about, I'm also thinking about just taking the kill with Glide, but I kind of don't want to let that, but that lets Darkrai come in for rather freely, which is what I really do not want. So yeah, I'm clicking Swords Dance here, and this is where a slight prep mistake on my part will kick in, because they Thunder Wave me. And Thunder Wave, well, it doesn't matter for Grassy Glide. A full paralysis would or could ruin me the game right there. Because at this point of the game, with 3 Pokemon remaining, nothing takes a +2 Grassy Glide from Rillaboom. And what I should have done is I should have just slapped on a Lumberry. I had Lumberry at first and then went with Expert Belt to get some extra super effective damage on some Pokemon, like especially the Gudra Hisui, because if that thing's like Shelter at +2, it might actually live some, like there are some ranges, or with Sugar Berry it might live some ranges, which I don't want. Basically just, I want a little bit more damage on this. After Rocks, this is at like, yeah, we see a oh. Okay, it was Grassy Seed actually, so, yeah. Actually missed that Grassy Seed going off in the battle, which is annoying. But anyways, I'm still at +2. With my Rillaboom in against this Gudra here, right? At my +2 Rillaboom against this Gudra Hisui. That's probably, I think I have to set here anywhere. Let me check real quick. Then I can tell you the exact calc. But basically, high horsepower, even at +1, it should still do a lot of damage, right? And which is why I'm gonna go for the high horsepower here, because they can't one-shot me. They flame throw me here, can't burn me, so that's all right. Yeah, and I get fully paralyzed, which is yeah, really unlucky here. So yeah, this was really the moment where I think the game shifted, or basically where I just lose, because I have nothing anymore for the Darkrai now. So with me at +2, at them at +1, my high horsepower does 52 to 61. So basically, from the range they were at, I'm pretty sure that still should have killed them. Yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, and at this point, yeah, this is also where I make another misplay, which I think but I think this one is rather inconsequential, because the damage the triple axle would have done at this point to +3 Gudra is pretty negligible. Yeah, like a triple axle would have done like 12, and yeah. But yeah, at this point, I'm basically forced into Glimmora. Just get a lot of damage off on you. Yeah, you can see me think there again. Yeah, again, this full paralysis probably meant me losing guaranteed. It actually makes this a roll if it dies there, the Gudra. But yeah, you see the earth power damage is quite big. They body press me here to kill me, which is totally fair. Yeah, that was always killing me. And now basically I'm gotta go Metagross, right? Yeah. So you will see me go Metagross right here. Again, the paralysis sucked, but I actually was a tad salty about it because I for sure think that killed. Again, it's a roll from the range they were at. I'm pretty sure it was a roll. But yeah, I'm forced to Earthquake with Metagross, and if I don't crit this, I do not kill. Because at +3, this for sure lives. Yeah, like Earthquake does 21 to 25. On a crit, I kill, of course. So basically, I was just hoping for the crit there. I'm Occa Berry, so Flamethrower shouldn't do as much to me. Yeah, there you go. Basically telling me crit would have killed, of course, because it bypasses defense boosts. Occa Berry goes off, I take like 70. But that actually puts me firmly into the range of their Darkrai. I think with the calcs I had on, like from a max speed timid Darkrai, right? Like from a max speed timid Darkrai, Dark Pulse does 79 to 94, so it actually doesn't matter because it always kills me. But if I'm at full, basically, and don't flinch from a Dark Pulse, I live. And again, knowing in hindsight now that they were Choice Scarf timid, basically meaning if I crit them there or if my high horsepower had gone off, yeah, I might have been in a very, very good spot. Which unfortunately now I am not. Yeah, but at this point, for me, there is just no more way to win. Dark Pulse here, kill me. Of course you kill me. There is no two ways about you. And here's actually a second small prepping error. Like putting rocks on this end Glimmora definitely was a mistake, because if I Bullet Punch him there, then sack Melodic, and then get off a Grassy Glide, I have a chance at killing. Because with the poison damage, like they're at 75-ish now, or they should be at 75 right now because of rocks and 1 turn of poison. I basically have to try to recover and see if I can live the Dark Pulse. Spoilers, I couldn't, due to the extra damage I've taken unnecessarily on Melodic. Minimum roll for Dark Pulse was 84 damage there, so I'm always dead. There's no roll, nothing in there, well, there, so nothing bad on there, or nothing offensive. And here, basically, if I crit this Grassy Glide, I win. If I don't crit it, I lose. That's basically what this came down to. If I, like, again, this Darkrai was at 60-something, right? Grassy Glide does 46, so with a Bullet Punch hit, and it's taking another 20%. Yeah, there was a chance I get a KO there, basically. At the end of the day, we're taking a 0-1 loss, ending the regular season on a 4-4, which I'm okay with. Based on the way we played, we had some good games. We also had a terrible one against Maki. Which was not my best work at all. However, I'm still rather happy with how the season went. Going to 4-4 is not bad. Accidentally searched there again, which I didn't mean to. However, yeah, this concludes our regular season. There, like, again, 4-4 should be good enough for playoffs, so I will get another game, which I'm hyped about. Yeah, really happy that I get to play again. Enjoying this season a lot, enjoyed it a lot. So shout out to SPDA, of course, for having me. Yeah, we'll see how far we can go in playoffs. I think, like, I don't know the exact results yet, but I will let you know. Or you will know in the next video. So either I have to go to a preliminary round where I think seeds 7 to 10, basically to a pre-round to determine who goes to the round of 8, basically, and then will be basically seed 1 picks, seed 2 picks, etc., etc., etc. So this is how this is gonna go, most like. Yeah. Been a hell of a season, taking a sad loss here with some bad hacks, some minor, actually, yes, like some minor prep mistakes on my end as well. So I really cannot complain losing this after watching it back. Okay, again, I was really salty about the full para on Rillaboom because I think that was a roll to kill them there if they live sick. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, ending the season 4-4. GG's to Raxos, of course, well played. That Gudras did way more work than it should have, but it did the work. So sick play. Well played, well played to you, sir. Yeah, and now I shall thank you all very, very much for watching. Please leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you next week for playoffs. Can't wait. And until the next time, guys. See ya.